So today we'll be going over candlesticks. A candlestick is a representation of price on a particular time frame. So if we're on the 5-minute chart, one candlestick would represent 5 minutes worth of data. If we're on the 30 minutes chart, one candlestick would represent 30 minutes worth of data, so on and so forth. So remember, that is super important. A candlestick is the representation of data on a specific time frame. So now that we know what a candlestick is, we're going to look at what the candlestick looks like. You can see them here already. And if you notice, we have two different colors. We have the blue candlesticks and we have the red candlesticks. The blue is usually used as green, but everyone has their different preferences. So you can choose the color you want, and you can choose any other color as well. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you what the candlestick means. So we're going to use green here. Even though I have mine as blue, we're going to use green here because green is the natural representation for the buy candles, and red is usually seen for sell candles. Another name for buy candles are bullish candles, and another name for sell candles are bearish candles. So bullish candles for buy candles and bearish candles for sell candles. Yes, so I'm going to go ahead and draw what the candlestick would look like, and we're going to label it and know what each part of the candlestick represents, because we're going to use them to basically build a story when we want to take our trades. So we have to know what they mean so we can understand the data that is being presented to us when we read the candlesticks. So if you see, I have the green one and I have the red one, and then you see, I notice a little thing is here at the top. This is called the wick. But wait first, I tell us draw it before I get into that. So yes, I'm going to go ahead and label the different parts of that makes up a candlestick. So let me go ahead and do that. So the top, that little top part we have here first. Let me put the middle part first. The middle part is called the body. Go ahead and just write it as a text. So an arrow. Let me So the middle part is the body, and we're going to label that. So remember, middle part is the body. And then after the middle part, we have you see these two things at the top? These are called the wicks. Wicks. And these are usually found at the top and the bottom of candles. You see wicks, body, and the wicks. So there are different things more now that we have to identify on the candlesticks. So, but those are the two main parts, because we'll be focusing mostly on those. And then you have a next thing, which is called the close and the open. So on the green candle, remember what we call the green candle or the buy candle? It's called a bullish candle. On the bullish candle, the close, the open, it also has an open. An open would be where the price started, and the close would be where the price ended on that particular candle on that particular time frame. So at the bottom right here, on the green candle, which is the bullish candle, which is the buy candle, that is the open price. So price open there. Then at the top now, where we see the next part of the body, that is the closing price. So that's the closing price. So let's review what we have here now. So this part in the middle, remember what's this called? The body. And then at the top and the bottom where we see this little line, it's the wicks. And remember for the bullish candles, remember we have that, or the buy candles, the opening price is at the bottom and the closing price is at the top. And remember, bullish candles, let me go ahead and label that. So remember, that's the bullish candle. And we're going to put that at the top right here and label it as green. So remember, that's bullish candle. And those are the candles that buy. It can be different color, but remember we're using green. And we're going to go ahead and label the other one now. And for remember, the sell candles, bearish candles. Bearish sells, yes. Bear for sells and bulls for buy. And we're labeling it just like we did this one. So now on the sell candle though, at the top would not be the closing price for the sell candles. At the top is the open price. So price open there on the sell candles at the top. And then price close at the bottom on the sell candles and the bearish candles. So that's the closing price. And what that basically means is that when price started on the sell candles, it was at the top. But when it closed, whichever time frame it is on, and remember, it represents that data on that specific time frame because the candlesticks are on all the time frames. So you would see, remember the closing price. So on, let's say this was a 5-minute candle, this would be the opening price, this would be the closing price, and remember these are the wicks. These are the wicks. So the wicks at the top, and we also have the wicks at the bottom. Yes, and remember the body now. Yes, so this is very important information that we need to know because we have to interpret these information as confirmations when we want to go ahead and even take a trade or even just look and analyze the charts. We want to know what the candle means so we can understand what the data is being presented to us. So, and then now we have a little information about each of these. So the body of the candle is where is the traded price between the open and the close. So that's the body. The wicks would be the highest point. Okay, let me go ahead and add that too. The wicks would be the highest point that the market touch on that candle, on that specific candle. And the highs and low wouldn't change. The highs and low is always the high is at the top and low is at the bottom. And that doesn't matter which one of the candles, whether bearish or bullish, high is always at the top and low is always at the bottom. So let me go ahead and finish writing that. So remember the high, that would be the highest price that the candle touched on that specific candle. So we have the low on that one. And remember the low and the high does not change, whichever candle, whether bearish or bullish. Yes, and then now we have a certain information I'm going to give you about. So the larger the body is, that means the candle has more volume in it, because you're going to see some of them big like this, and then you're going to see some little small ones, some very little small ones. That means the candle has less volume. And what that basically means is that more volume means more people are trading the market at that time on that specific candle. So remember, the larger the body, it means more volume is in the market, and we want to trade when the market has volume, so it is more speedy, because we want to make our money quick, you know. So we want the market to not too slow, even though we are going to be very patient, you know, but we don't want the market to be moving so slow. So these would be the smaller bodies. So this means there was less volume, and this means there is more volume. So that's the body. And remember, the highest point that the wick reached, that is the highest. And then the lowest would be the lowest point that the wick reached. And then remember, on this bearish candles, the top part where it closed is opening. The top part for this bearish candles, is the opening price. And where the body closed is the closing price. That's for the bearish candle. So on the bearish candle, the opening price is above and the closing price is below. Now for the bullish candles, the opening price is below and the closing price is above. So if we see a candle where the closing price is above the opening price, the closing price is above the opening price, that means that candle is a bullish candle. And if we see one where, and that would be represented by a green candle, which we said bullish. And then for the bearish one now, if the closing price is below the opening price now, that means that is a red candle, which is a what? Bearish candle. And remember, the bullish candle means buy and the bearish candle means sell. Yes. And then also another information about the wicks. The longer the wick is, that means price traded more further from the opening price and the closing price also. So these are things that we are going to look out for. So I just screenshot this and take notes and refer back to it over again. Thank you.